They gonna hang me in the morning, set me out to dry. Gonna take my skin and put it on a flagpole to fly high. We're on. Take one. Artocast.
Check, check. Radio check. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Is winter over yet?
No.
Okay.
Never.
But it kept the concrete pretty dry.
Yeah.
And the snow in the mountains. Are you looking at me?
Yeah, does your beak ever get sore?
What are you talking about?
What do you woodpecker do?
What do you call me
He's
that?
always pecking away.
It's fine. Whatever.
Is that how you get the flow to it? You just
I don't know.
peck
I'm not
away.
gonna worry about it anymore. What do you mean? I needed to flip that around, but I will in a second so I can see the camera. But yeah, we got.
Here we are again, right?
Oh, yes.
We got a moon out there. We got another moon. We always shout out to the moon. Shout out to the moon.
Shout out.
Yep, yep.
They like it dark.
We got shout out to Artocast.
Artocast.
We have another guest tonight. An amazing guest.
Yeah, yeah. If we look bad, might look a little better.
Yeah.
This evening.
And if he looks bad, he'll look even worse, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. No, we got someone really good here.
Yeah.
Today, who says drinks eggs and watches Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Draws boobs and monsters.
Yeah.
I saw a penis in one of the pictures.
Okay. And penis.
Some titties.
Sure. And titties. There you go.
Bob Ross.
Hell yeah.
Bob Ross. Oh, he has some good stuff. This is good. We shouldn't be talking to me very long
Let's
about it.
make an introduction.
Let me introduction. Tyler Lamph. Lamph is here. We're very fortunate to have him. He it's gonna be better than me sitting here. He's gonna really bring it. So it's gonna be really great to hear him and hear all about his stuff and adventures. We can probably do 20 shows, but Tyler Lamph, everybody.
Tyler Lamph.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Yeah, Big T!
Was it on?
Get some!
Okay.
Voila!
See, now you can see.
So welcome to Artocast.
Is this real?
Yeah, it's on. There you go.
That's all.
How we
That's
looking?
a hot mic.
Hot mic.
Hot mic.
Are we
Hot
looking?
mic, we got
Can you
hot
guys
mic.
see each other?
1, 2, check 1.
There you go.
Hey,
Hot.
hey, are we in? Are we in?
Are we in?
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for gifting us the coloring book.
Absolutely.
Amazing, amazing artwork by this gentleman here.
Thank you.
So I usually just kind of start out chill and just do like kind of a quick bio,
Okay.
and then we just kind of flow into your early art and then into like where you're at now and where you think the future could be of your art, you know.
Okay.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Get a shout out to your Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah. My name's Tyler Lamph. Lamph. The H is silent.
T-Lamp.
T-Lamp. Yep. On Instagram, it's at T-Lamp. On Facebook, it's at Tyler Lamph Art. Twitter is Lampers. My website's tylerlamph.com. Again, TYLERLAMPH.com.
Yeah.
On there, you can get clothing, books, prints, shoes, skateboards, flip-flops, towels, whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
I need a sweat rag.
Drape that sexy body.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Empire.
What was that?
It's an empire.
It's an empire.
It's an empire.
It's a pyramid scheme, dude.
That's cool. I appreciate that.
Let's see. A quick
What does he
bio.
appreciate? But anyway.
Let him talk.
Okay, sir.
No, it's up to him. I'm here with you guys. I'm here with you guys.
Okay.
What you guys have to jokes
Stop.
with each other. And
Okay,
I'm
we'll cut it.
just peeking in.
I just don't want to edit that much. Go ahead.
A quick bio. How quick do we want it?
I mean, where'd you grow up?
just-
I'll ask, where'd you grow up?
So I've grown up here in Salt Lake City.
Cool.
I've lived here my whole life. I've done a few quick stints in St. George and Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, Hawaii was a few years ago before I started doing art and everything. I was working a day job and I hated it. I hated it. And I'm not a huge fan of snow, which is backwards living in Utah, but I can't stand being cold. I love the heat, I love the warmth, I love the sun. And me and my buddy were just sick of working our day job, and we just quit, bought tickets, and flew to Hawaii. And we lived in a tent on the beach, and did that for a few months.
Were you surfing?
No surfing, no.
Just
Surprisingly too, the ocean terrifies me.
What?
So I'm terrified of the ocean, I'm terrified of big lakes. But since then, I'm reprogramming my mind because I'm so sick of being scared of things, or being scared of deep water or whatever. So now I just go to Hawaii and we go snorkeling, or we go whatever, because it's all in here.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
And
The gish.
ended up doing that, and then I was able to swim with dolphins and all sorts of sick stuff.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, this has nothing to do with art or anything, but
No,
it was fun.
It's just part of your personality,
Right,
man. I mean,
right.
the personality makes the art, you know.
Right. Yeah, I've been in Salt Lake City my whole life. You want me to just start going, or you
Fire
question?
away.
So I've been drawing my whole life. I've always loved drawing, but I've always kind of taken it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
When I was little, I would just draw because I love to draw. But as you get older, art teachers and people around you start telling you that that's wrong, or you need to have a more traditional style, or you need to use this color palette, or whatever. It just gets so structured that from that point on, I was just kind of going to art class in school, middle school, high school.
I bet you it gave you some doubt about your art, too.
Oh, it definitely gave me doubt.
Because I felt the same thing when I was at community college. They had some symposium and some big artists came through, and like just like 90% of you people aren't gonna make shit off your art. You know, like basically.
And that doesn't matter.
And
People don't get that doesn't matter. Everybody goes, "Oh, I'm not going to be a millionaire."
Yeah. He's just trying to thin the herd
guess I'll
so
just
he
work a
can
9 to 5,
get
yeah.
more sales.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, and then I mean, whatever you got to do, but I mean, I think that you should follow your heart. If you enjoy creating, then you should just keep creating.
Yeah.
Whether you're excellent at it or you're bad at it, I think, I mean, we could all agree that bad art is a relative term, right?
Yeah.
It's all subjective. What's bad to you might be awesome.
It's all
to somebody else.
it's all an opinion.
Right.
It's all an opinion.
Same with music, same with dance,
Mhm.
you know, yeah. And so in high school and middle school and stuff, it just kind of turned into, I can draw, and art's subjective, so they give you an assignment and you just scratch it out. And then now the teacher can't tell you it's wrong, so now I have an A, but I'm not really giving it 100%, you know? And then after high school, I went to Dixie State in St. George on an art scholarship.
Let's slow down for 1 second. So, as you're getting into art, younger years, high school, who were your early influences? What influenced you to get into this shit?
Yeah, so my whole life I've been obsessed with Jurassic Park. Obsessed with it. I was born in 1990, and so Jurassic Park came out when I was 3. And I watched it over and over and over. I would go to the library and rent The Making of Jurassic Park.
Wow.
Which has all the concept art, the creations, the models, the robotics, the...
Yeah.
Do you have something on that?
No, yeah.
Have you guys watched
I'm
that?
in the making of things. I like
Jurassic Park?
The Making of Jurassic Park.
making of it
No,
stuff.
but I remember being
that
at the
movie when it
theater
came out
the day
was-
it came out.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's just...
It just like
I was like 12 years old.
It's one of those movies where you'll never forget it. You just,
I remember
it
exactly
was.
where I was
Yeah.
when I saw Sandy's movie 9.
Sandy's movie 9. Oh, man.
Shout out, Sandy.
when they used to play regular
I think my
movies.
dad took me and a bunch of friends down there,
Uh-huh.
and we saw it, and it was like huge lines. Like the first movie was just huge lines like, to go in and out.
Yeah.
And so we're coming out of the movie, and we're like, it sucked! You're wasting your money just to fuck with them.
Yeah.
It was,
You would.
it was the greatest thing we'd ever seen.
Well, you probably made the movie 10 times better for everybody waiting in line.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh man, it's not that good, really? And they go in there and it blows their mind.
When you saw the dinosaurs, it was just like, what?
Yeah.
Like he made it really like you wanted to go and to see some dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See some shit.
Well, I showed it to my kid, who's
You have a kid?
the unmentionable one.
Okay.
He used to throw in the VHS
You're Craig, right?
on a TV VHS.
Oh
You know,
wow.
combo.
Oh yeah.
Deep dish.
Deep
and
dish.
watch Jurassic Park, and she loves it. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
You like the new ones?
I think they're okay.
Yeah. The
think
first
they're good
one.
They made another one.
So you get into the movie that introduced like the design work behind Jurassic Park, I'm assuming.
Right.
Like the sketch work and the storyboarding and shit like that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It showed the concept art. It
Yeah.
showed also like I have a half sleeve and it's paintings, concept art from Jurassic Park.
Oh, sweet.
But I just loved it. I would pause the movie or the making of movie. I'd pause it and I would redraw the images on screen.
Great.
And I remember my parents had that double panel television where there's like a screen in front of the screen. And I remember trying to draw it and it I just remember it frustrating me as a kid because I couldn't get the proper detail through the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and then as I got older, throughout elementary school, they released the 1998 Godzilla, where he comes into New York City and tears it apart with Matthew Broderick, and I was obsessed with that too. So then I would draw Godzilla left and right, and I loved that Godzilla. Personally, that's my Godzilla. I know everybody's like, that's Zilla. That's not really Godzilla, but it's Godzilla to me.
Nice.
It looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It looks like a big dinosaur. I think Godzilla kind of looks like a fat dog. It looks like a fat dog with spikes on his back. Especially in the new ones, they've given him like horse hooves instead of feet.
What?
Yeah, if you watch the new ones, he doesn't have. He almost looks like an
that's
elephant
satanic.
foot.
Like
An elephant foot
Yeah.
instead of like the
The goat.
dinosaur reptile feet.
what do they call
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, they're almost like
Cloven.
trunks with claws that stick out.
What do they call those people?
Cloven.
Cloven?
Cloven
Or
hooves.
when you're a human in a horse on it.
Oh,
Centaur.
A centaur, Godzilla.
That should be your next
Scintilla.
drawing. A centaur with
Centaur.
wings.
A centaur
Centaur.
Godzilla
With the cool Godzilla.
with a dick,
Yeah.
and then we're good.
And
Yeah.
nasty tits.
This guy draws
nasty
monsters.
titties.
It's fucking amazing.
He titties, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after Godzilla, it was right into comic books.
Uh-huh.
So I went from third grade was Godzilla, and then fifth grade it was Batman, Spider-Man 2099.
Did you ever get your hands on any actual comic books? Were you into that?
Yep.
Cool.
I loved that stuff. I had an uncle, and he had a huge He-Man collection. So I was lucky enough to have a lot of people in my life that had a lot of stuff that influenced me from before I was born. So he had a
He-Man
whole
figurines
Yeah,
or
he
comic
had-
books?
figurines.
Okay.
My phone's falling out of my pocket. But his whole room, he had tables laid out with the He-Man setup, all the sets, all the characters, all the toys.
What?
And I remember just being a little kid and just being like, this is so cool. And then under, he would always show me, he'd pull out his box and he'd pop the top off and it was just comic books. And so he'd pull out the comic books and we'd look comic books for Christmas one year. He gave me the first editions of the Spider-Man, it's not Spider-Man, but it's the Marvel 2099 sketchbook.
Nice.
So it has Spider-Man, Hulk. He gave me some Hulk, Spider-Man, or maybe it's Hulk 2099, Wolverine 2099, first edition comics and stuff
Nice.
like that. So I got really big into all that stuff too, and I would try and imitate the line work. And then around 6th or 7th grade is when I got into Spawn. And you guys know Spawn, right?
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane.
I
Greg
have
Capullo.
2 of the top 10 magazines. In the top number 1.
1 through 10 issues.
I think I have like 8 and 10. I think maybe 8, 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of them.
Well, like as you're saying them, I'm picturing the cover images.
Yeah.
Because I was obsessed.
Yeah, I had
So-
a Batman versus Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bought
you can
that.
see that.
I bought that a few years back.
When
That
did
one
that
was
happen?
sick.
That was back in the day. That was
Yeah. I'd say that was
96.
Yeah, mid 90s.
I got that at Shopco.
Shopko, sick.
Yeah, they sell like serious ass comics at Shopco.
Well, hey.
Yeah. And I got really big into Spawn. So, and I was obsessed with McFarlane's line work. Obsessed with it. So that's kind of where I went from. I mean, I still tried to do the comic book line work when I was into Batman and all that stuff. But I was still in the concept art kind of I didn't really know cross hatching. I didn't really know ink.
Just more of a.
Nobody teaches you
Just
that.
kind of more liney.
Yeah,
line work.
I was more trying to like shade. I wanted to learn how to shade like the concept artists from Jurassic Park and
Yeah.
stuff. But then once I found Spawn, I was like, this is sick. I love
It
these
was totally
lines.
different from all the other comic art.
Yeah, and it was like dark.
Really
There
different.
were no rules. So
Yeah.
I loved seeing the dark, gory
Yeah.
violence, all of it. And then
Those first like 30 episodes were way just blew everyone away.
yeah, and I think I have almost every issue from 100 to 150. Almost every issue, but around 120 or so,
here.
they started switching artists, and I wasn't a huge fan of some of the artists that they chose to come in.
So who's the artist that was the originator?
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane. Sweet. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
And then Greg Capullo was signed on, and I honestly think that Greg Capullo might be one of the best artists in the whole world, because he can legit draw a movie.
Yeah.
So his comic books, every scene is every angle. He could draw anything from any angle at any perspective in any situation.
Wow.
I would bet money on it, because
So
every comic book.
he's like a photographic, like videographic kind of imagination.
Yeah.
You know.
When I look at his comics, I'm like, holy smokes, how do you draw like this? And now he's doing, I think he's still doing a Batman run, and his stuff is insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And especially in the middle Spawn area, they got really big into caricatures too, like a caricature type style. So it was really cool to see the way they drew faces and the way they drew expressions.
Yeah.
So I think that helped me a lot too, is you can, now I see that you don't have to draw a face perfect.
Yeah.
Now you can tweak it, and it still looks awesome as long as you put it in the right context. And so I got really big into that. And then after that, and if you want me to slow down, let me know.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm just going.
So we're still in high school, or are we in college?
So
Or
this is so.
Give us a time frame here.
So
Spawn period is where are you at in your life?
Spawn is like 6th, 7th grade.
Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe 8th grade.
And Spawn, by the way, is a very satanic comic book.
Yeah.
Hail to Satan.
Help us say. But yeah, Spawn. Yeah, for the people who don't know, it's about a military man who is killed. He's an assassin, and he's killed because the devil wants him to lead Hell's army as the Hell Spawn.
Oh shit.
And he makes a deal. Yeah, he makes a deal with the devil to come back to Earth. And then when the war between heaven and hell happens, Spawn's leading the armies. But the devil lies to him, kind of, like a trick lie. He tells Spawn that if he will lead the army, he'll let him go back to Earth to see his wife. So he's like, boom, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to Earth.
His devotion is to his wife.
Right.
He will go evil. He will do whatever he has to do.
Right.
To see his wife and kid again.
That's right. Dude, love that.
So.
And he comes back to Earth, and it's years later, and his wife's remarried. So it's like a trick, and now he's pissed.
Did that movie do justice to it, do you think?
I don't think so. My personal opinion, I don't think so. I thought the HBO animated series was pretty good. But the movie itself, it's entertaining, but I don't know. I wish they would have kept the characters closer to the comic and things like that.
I think so too.
They should let Zack Snyder get his hands on it.
Ooh, yeah, with the heavy contrast.
Yeah,
and
Rob
everything, I
Zombie.
think that looks sick.
Yeah, Zack
Rob
Snyder
Zombie
should
could
get
do
a
it too.
hold of it. Yeah.
I think it's all about keeping the characters true to the comic, especially visually, because they're so cool illustrated. But even like the Violator, when they brought him to the movie, for anybody who doesn't know, Violator is like a demon. But they brought him to the movie and they like shortened his jaw and they like made him like cartoony looking, and then his jaw grows in the movie to get bigger and more teeth come out. But in the comic, he's just sick.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Joker was so great, because it kept the Joker human.
Oh, the clown. The clown.
The
Or
Joker.
in
The
Batman.
Joker.
The Joker.
In Batman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The movie just came out.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
big one. That's why it was so great, because he was so humanized.
Yeah. That one's really good. I really liked that movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't super sure about it when I went to see it, and at the end of it, I had chills. I was like,
Yeah, it
this
was
is
good.
sick.
It's like a blueprint for like a high school shooting,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It is.
Here's how to make somebody turn
It's
into
Taxi
a...
Driver.
Yeah. Taxi Driver was a hero in the end, though.
That's true.
Well,
I mean, it was
we need to wake
that was a good
up
movie.
a little bit.
The Joker was
right?
great.
Yeah.
I liked
So-
how they.
So
the Batman story.
So you go to a college. Where'd you say you went?
I went to Dixie State for a little bit.
Sweet. And were you studying art there, or just doing your generals?
Yeah,
or-
so I went to Dixie State on an art scholarship, doing generals too.
Nice.
But I ended up dropping out about halfway through the semester because I didn't feel like they were teaching me what I wanted to learn.
You were probably way more advanced than half the teachers by then.
Well, I tried to test in to advanced art classes because you can only do a pastel pumpkin so many times before you want to blow your brains out, you know. And it still wasn't teaching me really what I wanted to learn. I think my favorite class was the figure drawing class.
Oh yeah, some natural titties. Some
I
saggy
wish, dude, but we're in Utah. So the teacher had a vote.
Yeah.
And he went, I know we're in Utah, so we're gonna raise hands. If you're comfortable with nudity, we'll keep them nude. If not, we're gonna put them in bathing suits.
So this is Utah.
Everybody,
Is that like we're
St. George, Southern Utah.
Oh yeah, they're more. They do that all the time.
So the majority of the class voted for clothes.
So your live drawing had an option to put clothes on?
Yep.
Well, you're supposed to do it nude.
Yeah.
That's what
We've
they
already
do.
talked about
When I went to Westminster, it was all nudes. Like even
Yeah.
Salt Lake Community College was nudes.
Yeah.
Obviously, the U is nudes. I
There's
mean,
no
that's
choice.
See, that's what I would kill for, you know? You're going to figure drawing
You
class
handle
to
that,
draw a
Kyle.
figure, you know?
You got to learn the structure of a body.
Right.
You know.
And so that was
You had an option.
that was one of my favorite classes there, but it was also frustrating because I wanted to do the real class.
Yeah.
You know?
You wanted to draw some really saggy
Dude,
tits.
I wanted to draw
Right.
every kind of titty. I wanted small nipples. I wanted pepperoni nipples. I wanted the whole shebang. You know, I wanted the mixed bag.
You wanted uncircumcised penis.
That's right. Give me uncircumcised. Give me an A cup with a B cup combo. I want them all.
Give me a bad boob job.
That's right.
One of those ones
Yeah.
that shoots off.
Ski wampus. Give me everything you got. Let's do it. I want to be able to draw it all. You know.
I remember when my dad found out I was taking like a figure drawing class, and I came and was like, "Yeah, how was class? Good. Was it good? Yeah." And like so and so, like, "Yeah, we draw. Like, what are you doing? Drawing like naked people?" It's like, "Naked people." Like, you know, like, you're drawing naked people. Like he wasn't mad. He was just like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Because he grew up as like a jock, you know. And like, you know, he's a business owner, and like he had no clue about the art world.
Yeah.
So.
Man, I wish they would have. I've even searched for classes just to go do one.
Oh, they've got people in town that do them.
Yeah.
I've even thought about getting some going here.
That'd be sick.
Like setting a chick up over here in the light and then just have like 5 artists here just sketching or something.
You have some sick downlight too, so you can get some really cool shadows and effects on the figure.
For sure. Yeah. Maybe that's something we should talk about.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to put it out there. I'd come to it for sure.
Yeah. So you're at school
Yeah.
and you dropped out, you said?
Yeah. So I ended up I got pretty depressed like around college.
That's rare for artists to get depressed.
Yeah, it's really really rare.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
so-
because you didn't see any titties.
I didn't see any titties. Yeah, it didn't brighten my day, dude.
Why are ours positive? We live the most bummish, vagrant life. We get by. We have cars. We eat food.
Yeah.
It's a good life, actually.
We just want more titties.
We just, dude, seriously, there's so much fighting in the world and so much stuff going on. If you could just, you know how they put that U2 album on everybody's iPhone
Oh
with
god,
that
that drove me nuts.
What if we just did that with like an Amber Alert, but only titties, like once a day? Just boom, it just pops
Who
in.
wins the tits of the day?
Yeah, it's like the end of the day, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, today's a good day. You know? I don't know. Everybody could use some titties. Yeah, so I ended up dropping out because they weren't really teaching me what I wanted to learn, and then I still really wanted to do art, even though everybody told me like when I visited colleges, they were like, no, you have to do more fine art. Like your stuff is more comic booky. The reason I went to
They
Dixie,
wanted you to go illustrator too, probably.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
you should be an illustrator, which you are already.
Yeah.
I mean, that in and of itself is illustration, that coloring book.
Yeah.
So.
But that's why I went to Dixie, is because it's the only person who saw my stuff and was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
He's like, this is like comic book stuff. This is like, what do they keep? They kept calling me Tim Burton style.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, oh, your stuff's like Tim Burton. I love Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And that was really cool because all the other colleges I visited didn't really relate to any of it. But anyway, so I left there, but I still wanted to do it. I was like, there's still a market for it. I know there's a market for it. There were tons of artists that I was starting to see that were doing their own stuff. But they were in magazines and stuff, and I can tell that it's not mainstream, it's not this or that, it's just what is in their head, it's just their imagination, and people are loving it.
You give me one of those?
What?
Oh! Sorry.
No, you're good. But it was a lot of those guys, like the Zero Friends guys, Alex Party, all those guys, you know them. Anyway, they have lots of abstract monsters, all sorts of stuff, and I was like, if they can do what they love to do, like my stuff is right along those lines. So I was like, maybe I can do that. And I went and met with this artist. I'm not gonna name names or anything, but I met with this artist. He's a fine artist. He's a really excellent painter. He's really good. And I went and met with him because I really wanted to try and pursue it. And he wasn't negative or rude or anything, but he really discouraged me from doing it. I left there being like, forget it, not doing it.
How old were you?
I was probably 19, 20. 19 or 20.
People are sadistic like that though. Like there's people in the art world especially that are kind of high-minded.
Yeah.
And they like to discourage other people from pursuing art.
Right. And that goes back to what we were talking about at the start, where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can create whatever you want to create. If you like it, chances that somebody else likes that too are pretty high.
Yeah.
You know, there's bound to be somebody else out there that digs what you're doing. Anyway.
And plus you just carve along and you make your own path and you make people notice you.
Right.
You know, rather than being like, oh, you know, like I'm painting this style from my master that I took classes at the University of Utah.
Because now you're just a copy of that guy. And you're just trying to do what he does. I don't know how artists do it like that. That would kill me inside to try and draw or paint or whatever like that instead of what I want to do. But yeah, so I just remember pulling up stuff and talking with him about it, and I just remember him being like, well, you're missing this, you need to change this, you need to add this thing's missing this, no, that would never do, you need to go to college for this, no, that doesn't. And I just remember just being like, oh, like everybody I've shown this stuff to like thinks it's so cool.
Yeah.
Which is also stupid because it's one opinion. But I let it get to me.
Yeah.
And so after that,
because you're young too, you're impressionable.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm just learning it, you know, I don't know. It ended up just bumming me out. And I decided, you know, I guess that's not what it is. And I ended up going to college 3 more times. So I went to Salt Lake Community College for a little bit, just doing generals. So I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And then I ended up going to Eaglegate in Salt Lake City.
It's like a business college, right?
Yeah, I went for their personal fitness program because I love working out, I love fitness. And so I was like, I want to go there, I want to learn all about nutrition, learn all about this, but it was so expensive. And none of the credits were transferable. And after a while I realized, they're not teaching me anything.
Yeah.
Everything I want to learn, I'm teaching myself. But what they're teaching me in class, I've learned, you know, I memorized.
So what you're saying is that college is absolute bullshit.
It is.
It is.
Unless there's a specific thing that like you can only get there. Like a doctor, like you're not going to be able to teach yourself to be a doctor.
It's just a hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
It's
hoop.
like a paper,
Yeah.
if you want it.
Yeah.
Or the sheep.
Or sheep. Depending on what you're doing though. Because there's some sheep that are, like we said, doctors.
Doctor. You need that paper.
Right.
Even
You need
if you
that
know how to
paper.
be a doctor, you still need the certification.
Well, and I'm not
That's
going
a
to...
small percentage.
Right, but I'm not going to go into a hospital and be like, wait, you didn't go to college? You've never taken the test or learned the muscle groups? All right, dig in.
Yeah.
You know, I want somebody who's really gone through it and understands the body and how to do it. But yeah, I think with art and music,
it is necessary
to an extent,
To that.
depending
extent.
on your goals.
To that extent.
right?
Yeah.
As an artist,
But
though,
most artists have gone to school.
well,
they
in this
take
day,
off.
in this day and age of
start
technology
their
and
school
the internet and YouTube,
They're who they are.
you can learn. You can learn. If you're an artist, you don't need to necessarily go to school. You can learn a bunch of shit on your own.
Yeah.
If you're smart enough to, like, you know, and you.
It's not smart, it's just being an artist.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Creative.
It's
a weirdo.
Yeah.
It's dedication is what it comes down to. There's everybody. I was asked the other day. I was asked, "Have you just been talented your whole life?" And I was like,
I was gonna ask that question.
it's talent is an interest pursuit. So some people are more inclined to do something. Some people might be more inclined to skateboard. They might be more
I'd call talent passion.
right. It's passion.
Yeah.
But it's passion pursuit, right? You might love music, but if you never do it, you'll never get any good at it. You might have an ear for music, but you're still not going to learn how to play the piano if you never do it.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the better you get at it, and I think it's the same with art too. You know, yeah, I'm talented, but I'm talented also because I've worked on it.
Yeah.
Like I work on it all day, every day. So yeah, you're getting it better as you keep going.
Yeah. So what's your last college that you went to?
So I went to Dixie, then Salt Lake Community, and then Eagle Gate for personal
Eagle Gate.
fitness.
Okay, that's where we're at. We're at Eagle Gate.
Mhm.
So
And then, yeah.
you
But
bailed
why
out.
were you doing this?
Because I was like, apparently the art isn't really it, but Salt Lake Community College, these classes are just boring me to death. I just sit and draw in my notebook, and I'm spending money on these credits. And I mean, I just wasn't into it. So then I was really into fitness, so I was like, well, maybe I'll go somewhere where I know that I'm gonna, because it was programmed towards fitness. Unlike going to Salt Lake Community College, where you have to go to like 50 math classes before you start learning about the human body.
Yeah.
Or how muscles connect to each other. You have to do biology 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, until you finally get to kinesiology and human anatomy and whatever else.
Yeah.
Which is what I was interested in, but I didn't want to go through all the classes and spend all the money just to get there.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so I left there. I went
That's
to
what's
Eagle
good
Gate.
about that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I went to Eagle Gate for the fitness because I want to learn that, and then I realized it wasn't really doing what I wanted, and it was so expensive, and the credits wouldn't transfer if I
Shit,
went
how
with
much do
someone
they
else.
charge?
It was like 60 grand a semester.
What?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was like 40, 20 grand a semester. Whatever it was so much that I was like, I'm not paying this. I'm
That's
done.
a
I'm out.
That's a racket, man.
Yeah, for the credits,
How-
no
And you can't transfer.
Yeah, so
It's
if I
just
wanted
trade
to,
school. Yeah.
yeah, if I wanted to go back to Salt Lake Community College, because at Eagle Gate I had a 3.8 GPA, because I was into it, right? If I'm learning what I want to learn, I will ace it. But if it's something I'm not interested in, dude, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
You're kind of almost like an ADD or OCD, like towards art. More,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
when I put my mind on something that I enjoy, it's just tunnel vision,
Yeah.
right at it. And yeah, so it wasn't really doing what I wanted. I didn't want to go that much in debt, so I went out of there. And then I think that's when me and my buddy went to Hawaii. And then after a few months, we came back, and then we both wanted to go back to St. George because we don't like the cold weather. So we went back to St. George. I went to Dixie again.
Yeah.
And I was down at Dixie again. I was 21, I think. And I was like, I'm going to do this for real. I'm just going to do the class. I'm going to ace it. It's what you're supposed to do. You get the degree. And halfway through my semester, they dropped me. They dropped all my credits.
What?
And they wouldn't let me get them back because I paid for my tuition. I had all my classes set. And I was like, wait, there's one more prereq I need. So I'm gonna add that one class on there. And I added it on, and I went to the class, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna pay for it. I'll do it next semester. And I was told that if you didn't go to it, it would just get dropped off after
Yeah.
a certain point. And that was a lie, because instead they wanted me to either pay for that class as a separate class, which is like $1,200,
Wow, college is such a racket too.
or I lose everything.
Yeah.
And I was midterm. I'd taken all my tests. I'd aced all my classes. And they wouldn't let me. I met with the dean. I met with everybody, and they wouldn't let me back into college. So I ended up just bumming it the whole semester with my buddy.
We should go burn that college down.
Yeah. But
It's now not. It's
Yeah.
now a university.
it's now university.
turning
Yeah.
into-
It was. It was
Now
a
I'm gonna-
university when I was there.
Burn all colleges down.
No, just the one.
Yeah. But it was like the college itself was. It was so fun. It was so fun to be there,
Yeah.
meet people, do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
My teachers were great. It was just that weird loophole that screwed me.
Yeah.
But anyway, while I was there, so now I have this free time because I'm not going to school anymore. And I would just spend my time. I'd make beats on the computer.
Nice.
Love making beats, making music, and I would also sit and work on art. I would just draw what I wanted. I'm not in class anymore. I draw what I want. And I noticed that college kids would come over just to sit and hang out while I drew. They just want to watch me draw.
Yeah.
I was like, if kids in college, I mean, obviously we were doing other stuff. It wasn't only.
Well, how do you explain that?
Right, exactly. So I was like, if college kids want to just come kick it while I draw, instead of they're college kids, they could be partying. Like, we live on campus. There are kids everywhere. There are parties everywhere. We're in southern Utah. There's always something to do.
People are attracted to
Yeah.
to the arts.
Yeah, tons of people. I mean, everybody loves art. They love creativity. And anyway,
Takes them away from their video games.
yeah,
Takes them away from the TV.
Mhm.
You know, like
there was
Because they want a piece.
they want a piece. Piece.
They want a piece.
Yeah.
they want
They
a
want a
piece.
little
They
something.
want a piece of creativity.
Well, that's
We're
We're gonna
why,
give it to them, right?
that's right. Well, that's why I
take a
always.
piece of his brain. They want more than that.
Well, that's right. Well, I would always draw in the nude too, so it always works
That's
out.
what it is.
Yeah,
The nude drawer.
that's right.
Come see the nude drawer. $5 in the door.
That's right. That's right. It's a mushroom
You're
stamp with my
bacon.
signature.
Yeah! That's how you got all your followers?
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, buy this print, I'll stamp it and send it to you.
Yeah, well.
Did you ever do a nut stamp on a
Go.
I never have done a nut stamp on a print, but
Be a print.
if the price is right, I'm not cheap. Yeah.
Shut up!
Well,
Shout
we
out
don't
to
wanna
my
take-
nuts.
Yeah, we don't want to take up too much time, so let's
can take
tell
it.
us about who you are today as an artist, where you're at, and what you're doing.
Let me rewind.
Rewind.
So after that, I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going for art. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm going to do it. And so I just went for it, and I made a bunch of prints for a bunch of orders.
Uh-huh.
And when I went to pick them up, the guy that I met with that discouraged me when I was 20 years old was the guy ringing me up.
At a fucking print shop.
I was like, thanks.
Irony.
Yeah.
The art.
I didn't rub it in his
irony.
face, but I was just like, no way. No way.
It's called
Dude,
vindication.
he didn't say anything either. I'm sure he was just like, you know? But so
That's
that was
classic.
cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
Who I am as an artist today, I don't know how to answer that question.
Tell us what you're doing to market yourself. Give us a little bit of your business end of it, maybe. You can do another shout out to your pages or whatever.
Yeah.
Prints. Tell us what you're like. What's your avenue right now?
Yeah. Like we talked about earlier, you can get prints and original artwork and all sorts of stuff at tylerlamph.com, tylerlamph.com. Also, I have a note on my website. And I'm going to say this on the podcast as well. But if there's anything on the website you see that you can't afford, shoot me a message. Let's work out a deal. If I can make it,
DM him.
shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, whatever it takes. But if there's something on there that you can't afford, if it's just a little too expensive or something, I would love to make it affordable for you because I care more about making art and for everybody to love art than to make a ton of money on it. So
That's the point, is to have somebody, even people like, you sell your art too cheap, but I'm like, I just want this person to have this on their wall.
right.
To see it when they come through the door from work and maybe they get stoned or have a couple beers.
Yeah.
That painting's cool.
Yeah, I think it's way
on their wall,
cooler. Yeah, it's way cooler to have
Yeah.
somebody who wants your stuff in their
You're a
house.
purist.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's for fun. It's not for income. Income's great,
Yeah.
but just being able to, I've noticed that when I focus more on, will this sell? Will this sell? Is this a good design? Will I sell? Will I sell?
Yeah.
Will I sell? It turns more into a day job. And then now all of a sudden artist block starts hitting me. Now creativity goes out the door.
Yeah.
And now I'm stressed out. Now
Stress will kill creativity.
Right.
Yeah.
It kills it. So I would rather create whatever I want, and if people dig it, they dig it.
Yeah. So did you say you have done Comic-Con?
Yeah, I've done the Salt Lake City Comic-Con every year since
Shout
it
out to
started.
Comic-Con.
Salt Lake Comic-Con, shout
Shout
out.
out to Dan
or
Clark.
FanX.
Dan
FanX now.
Clark.
Copyright. San Diego might come
Yep.
after us. Yeah, I've done a few conventions around the country.
Has that been successful for you?
Yeah, those shows are so fun.
Cool.
Have you done Salt Lake Comic-Con?
No, I'm not into shows.
Yeah?
This is my show right here.
I mean, it's sick, but I think that you could do a good job at
Yeah.
Comic-Con because your stuff's very unique. there's a lot of people there that do the same stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll get the people that only want pictures of Pikachu, right? But then you have a lot of people who want art.
And there's a lot of hot chicks in superhero costumes.
And there are a lot of not hot chicks.
There's a lot of more not.
I've seen a lot of Princess Leia's where the boobs are just sitting in the cups, you know?
Belt row seating.
That's right. And they're like looking through your prints and you're like, oh my.
You got over the belt Wonder Woman.
You have it. It's
That's
all there.
under the belt.
But what's so fun about Comic-Con too is that everybody can be that person.
Yeah.
It's just all friends, no matter where you come from, what you look like, everybody there is just there to have fun.
Yeah.
And it's so rad. So yeah, you'll get some
Sweet.
half-naked chicks
Yeah.
of all kinds.
Okay, so we've got nowadays. This is who you are. You're marketing yourself. You're printing stuff. You know, you've got your coloring book that was amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you for the gift. Where do you see the future of your art or art in general?
So for me, I really want to just expand more. I want to see more people wearing cool shirts. I want to see. I would like to travel and do murals
Oh, nice,
and
nice.
collaborate with different artists in different states. So we
Perfect.
can do multiple murals in different states.
Yeah.
I would love to do. I have all these ideas, so I don't know how many I want to talk about on the air, but
Yeah.
I have a lot of show ideas where we can get a bunch of artists together and we can travel and we can film things, or we
Yeah.
can rent a cabin and we do this whole filming thing in this cabin.
There you go.
Anyway, I would love to branch out into almost
Collaborator.
collaboration, but also entertainment. So it's not just art prints.
Yeah.
It's video, audio, visual,
Yeah.
everything.
But
Motivation.
you've done lots of murals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of
Fire
murals.
away, dude. Fire
The one
away.
at Venice, I just on your website.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Yeah, Venice was sick, and I didn't even know I wanted to do it until I visited Venice one
Yeah,
time.
they let you have that, or you just went straight up, just in that.
So I looked online just to make sure that I was doing it right, because I didn't want to drive all the way to Venice and have them be like, because the Venice police station's boom,
Oh yeah.
the Venice mural walls boom,
Yeah.
and the skate park boom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I didn't want to start like take all my stuff out there, fly my photographer out, do all this stuff,
Yeah.
and then have the police be like, get out.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
I looked online, I emailed the people, you have to email somebody for a permit. You get a
Really?
permit to paint on the beach. Anyway, so I planned it out, flew my photographer out, we drove out.
Damn.
That's
I
nice.
drove,
though.
I flew him out. He was on like a family trip, so he flew out of Arizona, I think, to Cali.
Damn.
But then I got there, and I'm starting my mural, and people just show up and paint. And so I'm like, well, I got the permit.
I like what you did though, because usually I'd go up there and I'd show up and paint
Yeah,
and then get in trouble, but you had to.
I just want to make
You
sure.
got a print. You
yeah.
read. You had that whole thing to yourself.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
So
And then several guys were
you're
It's
like,
like
hey,
skating.
You're gonna
Hey.
show a picture of the mural on.
Yeah, yeah.
on
He
the
has a video
podcast,
of it. I'll put a
right?
little bit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got a lot to do. Yes.
Yeah,
So-
and if you guys need any materials or clips or
Yeah.
anything, you just let
Yeah.
me know.
I'll let
I'll
you
send
know.
you whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think the future of technology has with art, as far as just one-man artists? You know, you doing like the Apple Pen and shit like that?
It's NASA. Yeah.
Animations.
I would love to do some animation stuff.
Mhm.
Just comes down to finding time
Yeah.
to do the animation. Because right now, one-man band, you know?
Yeah.
I draw it, I edit it, I edit the books, I do the prints, I do the shipping, I design the shirts, I edit the videos,
Yeah.
you know, it's a one-man show, so trying to find time to learn animation and all that stuff.
Dude,
I'd love
let
to
me
do
know.
3D
Let me know
models
when you learn it, because I've got an idea for an animation. That's
is this big? And
It's sick.
Some of it's big. So that one on
Yeah.
the cover is a dip pen. So it's like a calligraphy pen. Gives you really sharp, clean lines. But in there's a bunch of big pen drawings because ballpoint pen is.
is that your
Mine.
specialty?
I'd say ink is my specialty.
Ink.
I'd say ink.
Nice.
Ballpoint, I love ballpoint because you can get solid dark tones, but you can get really good light gray tones. And then ink is just true. It's just a line.
I saw you on the mural using the marker.
Yeah. So I
Do
use
you
sharpness
ever
on
go
markers
tagging
on murals.
illegally?
illegally.
Off the record.
No,
Cut.
no, I don't.
No cut, motherfucker.
No, I don't ever go tagging. My murals usually take like 16 hours. So it's like, do I really want to sit on the street for 16 hours and see if I get
For
it
nothing?
out? You know?
But you go look at trains though, right?
Well, a lot of the murals too are free. Sometimes I'll just post online. I'll be like, hey, anybody got a wall? And my only...
That's the way to market
I don't
yourself,
know.
though, dude. You gotta get in at the ground.
So how do you paint these?
I'm more renegade. I'm used to getting busted.
So I do...
brush.
I
This
do
guy does it right. It must feel good to do it right instead
Yes.
of getting busted. You know.
Yeah, and then that's
That's what I'm used to.
And then my rule is, hey, if you give me creative, why did I say it so weird? Creative freedom. If you give me creative If you give me creative freedom, I'll do it for free. So you just give me a wall and you say, go ahead.
Oh, that's a good
No
idea.
shit.
As long as I...
Will you
also-
do one here
Yeah. Hell yeah.
for
I'll do
free?
it. Yeah.
Oh god.
I'll help you.
It'd
Okay.
be sick. Yeah, we could collab. We
I've
just
got
build
a
it.
huge wall out back.
Yeah.
Artocast
Ask Kev
collab.
if he'll let us do it.
I've already asked.
I'm
Artocast.
serious. Artocast collab. Let's do it.
There we
Let's
go.
do it.
I do it for free. No
We'll
problem.
do it this spring when it heats up a bit.
Yeah.
Get that wall
Absolutely.
warm.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
that bitch out.
That'd be
Um,
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll usually
Big
say,
ass wall.
I'll ask
And
them,
then we'll have you nut stamp it at the end.
dude, all nut stamp is so good.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, shake on that.
Nut stamps.
Shake on that.
And I usually will hide a little dick in the line work
There
too.
you go.
So,
There you go.
Damn.
So
You
in
know,
there-
these are all art studios, so this would
Bravo.
be sick.
be great.
Bravo.
Dick stamping.
Stepping up.
I'm a man of my word. Let's do this.
I'm a man of my word! Well, thanks for coming, man. I don't want to make this too long, so...
It's up to
Is
you
there
guys.
anything else you want to cover?
Oh, what about that Guinness thing?
Guinness World
I
Record.
saw some.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
part of a Guinness World Record. I honestly forgot about it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So it was just a really cool opportunity. A guy found my artwork and he messaged me and he said, "Hey, do you want to do a strip for this comic book I'm making?" So the record is most contributing artist to a comic book. So he has this. It's called like The Adventures of Peter Pumpkinhead or something like that. I thought he was joking. I was just like, all right, yeah, I'll do it. And so I just did a little strip for it. And then years later, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, dude, we did it." And I was like, "What we do?" And he's like, "We did it. We were Guinness Book World Record holders for most contributing artists to a graphic novel."
Wow.
And I was like,
Without
"Oh,
even knowing it. You just
That-
fucked fucking Woody Woodpecker in the ass.
What I did. I didn't even want to be.
what happened?"
Because I skateboarded from here to California.
Yeah, you guys are
97.
double Guinnesses.
Guinness is
Oh,
double
you
G.
did?
He really
Double
tried.
G!
He
Double G!
tried. He tried so
I
hard.
didn't get it. Guinness.
Hold
Give
on.
it
I didn't get Guinness.
We did it. We
That's
did
what
it.
he did.
Double
It's a
G!
fucking fart. It's a double D. It's a double D.
Double G!
It's a double G.
I'm out of my word! Well, thanks for coming, man.
Here come the water up in your eye. Red on leather, flesh on mine. Words and weapons, sharp with a knife. Makes you wonder how the other half died. The other half died. Makes you wonder why. suddenly slide. Love the damn beat, listen to them. It's hard to believe we need a place called hell. Place called hell. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside, the devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside.
When I was around with the struggle, used to use the devil. Used to get trouble, tell the struggle, distortion, reason how the devil. They wanted to keep inside the sunshine, and kind of night. Used to get suicide. They wanted to see what the people inside the cataract. Or inside, it's cataract. Can get hit, and it's complicated. I can have good exchange, I can get it, I can get shit down, an hour later, when it's this each blow came inside. Took the thing, screamed in my hood bag in the back of the car, really sitting down, for the lens, and fuck.